It is not easy what Ed Miliband had delivered was not easy at it is not easy to do what Ed Miliband Ed Miliband, Labour leader, did last week, make himself an enemy of some of the media's most powerful voices. He was right that Labour got too close to News International. But he was also right that, given the media bias against us, he knew why we tried to level the playing field. In my own defense, and as my diary shows, I argued for some years with Tony Blair that we need to act on the culture of our media. At one point, he tipped me off, asking that I not my views so obvious in front of Mr. Murdoch, his son James and Lassington, then chief executive of News International. Ultimately, Mr. Blair thought the press had become a problem, but that given all our other priorities, people would not understand our taking them on. He also thought it would look like revenge for the fact they had turned against it. And there were political considerations too. Trying to govern and win election is hard enough without the press being against you. I accept that for all of us, at times media support was something we credit at the expense of positions of principle on media issues, but that trap has now been sprung. The latest revelation have forced the police, News International, and the government to act. The police will now be more vigorous. News International will continue with their kamikaze crisis management, which one day will be studied as a textbook case of how not to do it. But the most important developments are the Prime Minister's dual inquiries into press practices and a new system of regulation. These mean we now have once in a generation opportunity for a new settlement between politics, the media, and the public. Nobody can argue that we have the press we deserve. Pressured by technological change, a dominant strain of Britain's media has gone into a spiral of decline, in which this scandal is only the most dramatic developments. Mr. Cameron did not look comfortable announcing the reviews. He has personal relationship at stake, and given he hired Andy Carson as his communications director, his judgment is too. Already the backlash from part of the press has begun as they seek to maintain that anything but two slips of regulation is an assault on a free press. But Mr. Cameron must stand back from all of that and ask himself what is the right thing to do. He did some of it last Friday. The judicial inquiry should be far-reaching. The news of the law is far from alone in the use of devious and illegal practices. As widely ignored reports from the Information Commission have shown, part of Britain's media reminds me of the trade union before Mrs. Thatcher. They feel untouchable. As I say above, Labour could and should have done more to deal with the federal beast. But just as the MP's expenses scandal emerged from the failure of Mrs. Thatcher's government to tackle MP salaries, so the system by which it showered honors on editors and owners, a practice to which we put an end with a rule that no serving editor could be honored, means she to have something to answer for. Whatever the past, it is Mr. Cameron who must lead the country to a better place. Mr. Miliband has shown himself capable of playing a good and principled part, and so should the public. Ultimately, political debate will only improve if the public wanted to. If they channeled into assessment of what kind of paper they read, whether they really want to live on a diet of celebrity, trivia, productivity, and abuse, to coin a phrase, we are all in this together.